Hi, this is an unscripted video, more like an audio, really. I know a week or so ago I put up a scripted video addressing some different complaints that people had, and I wanted to kind of list all the different things and address them. But this is something that just kind of came to mind, and I feel like it was necessary that I have something that was more raw, I guess, than really planned out. I feel like it's important for some reason this way. I just got back from driving an hour out and then an hour back for some job training, and just doing a lot of thinking, and I don't know who needs to hear this, but I feel like God has been telling me like half the day, someone's supposed to hear this. I don't know who. It could be someone I know. It could be someone I've never met, never will meet. Maybe it's my future self. I don't know. It just really hit me today while driving. And I know usually my thing is being funny, or at least attempting to be funny. Doing anything serious like this is kind of not usually my forte, but I just want you, whoever you are out there, I want you to understand God does care about you. He loves you so much more than you in all of eternity will ever be able to comprehend. You may be someone out there who's been struggling with this. You may be someone who doesn't even believe in God. I don't know. But I just want to tell you, what people say that God loves you, it's true. This is something I struggled with for 43 years, and just the other day, finally just got just a small sample of how much God loves me, and I'm still reeling from it. I'm never going to be able to comprehend this, and no one ever can. It's astounding. I know that you've probably heard people talk about how God's got a plan for your life and all these different things. And depending on where your mind is at, that either sounds like people are saying, oh, follow God and everything will always be wonderful and you'll never have anything bad happen. You'll never suffer. That's not true in the least. You know, there maybe the prime mind you're in tells you, oh yeah, great. Yeah, God's going to plan for my life. All right. And I'm going to suffer and it's going to be terrible and I'll be miserable. And in some ways, yeah, you will. It's going to hurt a lot. Life is painful. I've got a lot to unpack. If I were to go through every single thing in my life, it would take forever, and we don't need to be here for all that. But just to sum things up, if you followed me for any period of time in my videos, in my comics and everything, you know that I joke a lot about feeling like a failure, feeling like everything I've ever tried to do fell apart, feeling like I felt like God was telling me I had to do something important and I just kept screwing it up. I can't tell you how many times it's felt like I've lost everyone and everything I've loved because of my own stupidity and screwing things up, doing something wrong, and regretting it, and or doing what I thought God was telling me to do and it feeling like God had, played a fast one on me or something. And I just want to tell you, that's not how he works. I don't know why God told me to do some things that ultimately feel like they failed. And I know some people will say, oh, you didn't hear it, you're nuts, you're crazy, or you're just strong-willed and you think saying God told you to do it is an excuse. No, it's hard to put into words, and you have to be there to understand it. But I do believe God told me to do certain things that, again, in the end, fell apart. Saying you need to work on this project, you need to work on that project, you need to tell this person about this or that. And in my mind, it was always like, oh, yes, wonderful, you're right, and that's going to work perfectly, and nothing bad will happen. And I don't think that was ever God's plan. I think God's plan was, yeah, it's going to fall apart, and I don't want it to fall apart. I don't want this to hurt you. But you're not going to understand or be prepared for or appreciate something else that's going to happen along the line until you experience this and you experience that. I don't know how to put all this into words. It really is complicated. Again, I feel like you would think I should have scripted this, but I just feel like God told me, no, don't script this. This needs to be raw. All I can tell you is that God is astounding. God has, he's led me through some very painful experiences in my life and still kind of coming out of one. But I got to tell you that through everything I've been through and now finally really understanding, not understanding everything, just understanding that, yes, God does care. He has a reason for it. It's not just trying to hurt you. I'm in a better place, I think, than I've ever been in my life. And that's not saying that everything is perfect or that I'm living the high life, because I'm not. Jazz and I are living in a trailer. I just managed to land a minimum wage job that most likely will still not be enough to make ends meet. Things are not perfect, and they're not going to be, but they don't have to be. That's not what it's about. It's something so much bigger than this temporary life. I don't know. I had so many thoughts running through my head when I was driving to work and back. And again, maybe that's it. Maybe God's like, yeah, those are all great thoughts, Matt, but they're not relevant. That's not what needs to be said. Just whoever you are out there that needed to hear this, I hope it made a difference. I hope that you somehow know you're the one who needed to hear it, that God's given you something in your heart, something that just makes you go, wait, that's right. That's what I needed to hear. That hit just the right spot. I don't know. I just want you to know that it's not that bad. It's going to get better. Maybe not the way you want. In fact, I can almost guarantee you it won't be the way you want. But things work out one way or the other. And part of you may even think, oh, yeah, sure, when you die and go to heaven, right? Not even that. I mean, I have felt hurt a lot of times, especially as of late, that I feel like God gave me this deep desire, this passion to make people laugh. And I've felt hurt because it felt like God gave me this one thing and only one thing that I even remotely understand how to do. And I couldn't make a job out of it, so now I'm struggling trying to find work when I don't get this. I don't understand. My brain doesn't work like most people's brains do, and so even the simplest of jobs gets bewildering for me. But at the same time, I've been given this opportunity to have YouTube, to be able to share something with, even if it's just one person out there, even if it's just you. Maybe that's what this is all about, just so that you could hear this and go, yeah, thanks, I needed to hear that. I don't know. But just the fact that God has given me this outlet, and it's something that I couldn't have had that freedom to say that if I did go professional and be on TV or something like that. It would have to be, some committee thing. I don't know. I know I'm rambling. It's going to be okay. God's got a plan for you, and it's going to be okay. Just please trust him. Even if you don't believe he's real. Maybe this was the thing you needed to hear to get the ball rolling. I don't know. All I know is that he is the unstoppable, unfathomable creator of the entire universe. And we are blessed to be able to call him our Father. And if you don't share that faith, you can so easily. All it takes is belief and what's even the word? Just asking God to forgive you for the things you've done wrong, the things that we all do wrong. You're no worse than anyone else. No matter how bad you've been, nothing is unforgivable to God. Nothing is so bad that you can't turn around and be a better person and try your best and just do what you can. Nothing is that bad. And I just want you to understand that. And there goes my phone. I don't know what that's about, but maybe that's my sign for me to stop. I want you to know God cares and I care. And I want you to have a great day.